Hi! I
Hello.
always wave.
I did as well. I did a finger wave.
I like a salute.
Anyway,
Well, I'm Graham.
I'm Darren.
Um,
You don't even know what film we're talking
I
about.
was
You wanted me to spring it on you?
no, I was. Yeah, this is it. I was about to introduce the film, and then I realised I haven't got a bloody clue what we're doing.
Would you like me to tell you what film we've watched?
Yes, please. What film?
Rambo.
Oh yeah, oh God, Rambo.
Yeah, you should explain the situation in which we watched Rambo, like the
Okay.
how that came about.
Right. Okay. Well, my dad had a retirement due.
Christ, not in too much detail.
Right. Okay. And I was drinking, dark rum and stuff.
You were
all night.
hungover. Let's just
Basically,
skip to the end.
alright, I would have been nuts on the old lager, and
Yeah.
as in I had 2 pints.
Literally, you're in too much detail. Okay, you were hungover.
Alright, I was hungover.
I came round.
Yeah, we were meant to film. And
Again,
is that too much detail?
yeah.
What? Why don't you just say you were hungover?
Well, I thought I'd let you say it, and then you started going to the beginning of...
You said explain it, so I explained it. That was the situation.
Summarise would have been a better
You
word
even said explain the actual. Oh dear.
So Rambo, we saw that because you were hungover and just monging out on the sofa. Netflix was on the telly, and we thought we'd watch something that we'd never normally choose to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's how we found Rambo.
Is that how you explain things? Because
Yeah.
that wasn't very descriptive.
Well, I'll let you describe the plot then, but please keep it vaguely to within a minute.
Okay. Well, basically, so Rambo's. Well, in when was it?
Well, I don't know.
You explain. You explain.
Rambo's
I can't
living in
remember.
the jungle. Some people want to go into Burma, and he's apparently the only man who knows the river. So they force him to take them, and then nothing really happens, like particularly.
Yeah.
But then he goes mental and starts massacring everybody. I don't want it to sound like I enjoyed that film. It sounded like I was being enthusiastic then. It's awful.
It's really just offensive in the most basic kind of ways, like
Racist for a start.
just racist, sexist. It was just.
Why do you think it was sexist?
Because it was just like. Well, it was. It's difficult. Whoa! Sorry, I'm playing a game and I got distracted. Sexist in a way where the women were kind of worthless, or presented
like
to be
the ones on
worthless.
stage that
Yeah,
were getting like raped.
pretty much.
Some women were raped, and the only reason they were raped was so that Rambo would have a reason to kill the rapists.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So women are a tool essentially.
Or if they're not raped, then tits get fondled
Yeah,
against their will.
there was. I mean, it wasn't like lots of gratuitous, nudity, but
Even Stallone didn't take his shirt off. I read on IMDb this is the first Rambo film where Stallone didn't take his shirt off.
that's weird.
Yeah, apparently it's because just before filming he got tattoos on his back that were a bit out of place for Rambo. But I sort of suspect it's because he's got saggy man tits now.
Yeah, I imagine it kind of spoils the image, doesn't it?
Yeah, being the jungle man who's in his 60s.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it was just the first half was just fucking boring, and obviously racist in the sense that the baddies are not people; they're just monsters. Like there's the white people who are trying to help, and the black people who are either victims of the other black people or angry psycho monsters.
Yeah.
There's no motivation beyond that.
And obviously the white people were there to liberate and spread the word of God, so
Yeah.
it was quite biased towards
Rambo, not even
Rambo.
towards white people.
Yeah.
So everything that anyone ever did was to show Rambo in a good light, you
Yeah.
know. But
Because everybody kind of surrounded himself was very kind of twisted. They either had good morals and bad morals, or good morals and bad behaviour, or
do you think
just
that Rambo
just
has
bad.
good morals or bad morals, considering that the
I
last...
think Stallone has bad morals, but I think Rambo. No bad morals, obviously, because he just massacres
obviously,
an entire like town. It was insane.
Yeah.
It was relentless.
Like
There was absolutely no reason for it. Yeah.
Well, there was reason in the sense that the baddies were just monsters who deserved to die, but they're not like that in real life. Which
No.
Oh, let's not forget that this film opened with the sort of stock news footage, or
Yes.
what looked like stock news footage. So it was trying to ground itself in kind of grittiness and all the rest of people like having like died and decomposing and hanging and stuff like that.
The actual like just torched bodies, decapitated. It was just actual
Horrendous.
terrible stuff that they.
Yeah, if this was like a Paul Greengrass movie and it had a point, then fair enough. But it's a
Yeah.
Rambo movie, and the point is, isn't Stallone amazing?
Yeah.
To which the answer is, no, he's a fucking idiot. Maybe not in real life. I liked him in Copland, but this film was just terrible, terrible, terrible.
Yeah. It was just awful. It was offensive.
Yeah, it was.
And I think I mentioned this at the time, but there's a film, you know, Lucy, with Scarlett Johansson coming out.
Yeah.
There's a lot of kind of complaints about that at the moment before it's out, obviously, because like basically it's the white person being treated poorly by the people of color, and they just it's like the room that she's put in is like, you know, obviously some Asian building, but there's people who've translated the stuff that's written on the walls, and it's just random stuff like apple, tomato. There's been no research gone into like what this room is purpose.
What language is it supposed to be in?
I can't answer that because I don't know, and I don't want to appear ignorant by just naming one, so I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, that would be weird.
Yeah.
Latin.
No, I mean you're picking one, obviously, an accurate, somewhat accurate. Oh, anyway.
Anyway.
But there's a lot of drama about that right now, and you know, rightly so, because it's typically, you know, white person versus people of, you know, colour, and
like Zulu.
Yeah, and there's a lot.
I haven't seen Zulu, but from what I know, the end of that film is like really heroic, you know, because the white guys are like singing and shooting the black guys as they like run towards them. But that doesn't sound good. Like, where in their country? I don't know the situation, but that doesn't sound like the best film to me.
No.
But anyway, so.
And it's just,
the action of Rambo. We should get back to Rambo.
Sorry, I was just going to mention Exodus as well, but.
Go for it.
Well, I'll mention it briefly. Just the fact that it's funny because it's the case that all the you know, the main cast sort of thing are white again, and they're supposed to be in Egypt, which is just not true to kind of
the Bible.
What is expected to be a retelling of a story.
Yeah, that doesn't bother me. That one.
But it's a geographical location, which.
Yeah, but that's assuming that film, which nobody's seen, is supposed to be set in Egypt and not in some kind of just movie land, like where it just happens to be Egypt. It could be anywhere, if you know what I mean.
I suppose so.
I mean, you know, I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just saying from trailers.
But just to have all the slaves as black, and all the kind of the main cast as white, it's kind of a.
It doesn't bother me that Moses is played by a white guy.
Yeah. Okay. I suppose Jesus has always been played by white guys as well. In like all
yeah.
as well.
Yeah, I suppose so. Willem Dafoe in the Martin Scorsese one, and Jim Caviezel in the Mel Gibson one.
Yeah.
But Rambo.
So Darren's written a blog on Rambo and describes just how offensive it is.
Yeah, and it's not even good for an action film. Like, there's no action in it. It's just gore. It's just Stallone with a minigun killing everyone. And there's one bit where he has a claymore that's like a nuclear bomb, and it takes out half the continent.
It just doesn't make any sense. It's a nuclear claymore. He's like, "Hand me the claymore," and like, he passes it to him, and like he strings it up and stuff like that. And some guy trips on the wire, or whatever. No, he pulls it anyway. And it literally tears trees apart for ages or what. It's just it's poor. Honestly, it's just fantasy. And
fantasy.
And that's the worrying thing, because there are fans who love that film and that.
Yeah, I don't think that if you like Rambo, I will like you. Put it out there.
Yeah, you can like it
if
ironically.
You like it, ironically, yeah, like it's really it's so bad, you've got to watch it, kind of thing.
Just for the mind.
But if you like it at its face value, then there's something wrong with you. Like, and literally,
it's quite interesting because like some of the effects that they put into the actual massacres that Rambo commits.
Yeah.
You see some of the similar effects in the opening, you know, in the opening with the film, the old archive film footage. So it's kind of like he's taken that as a template, but the ruin of war and stuff like that, and the terror of just torching bodies indiscriminately, is not really something to be. I mean, it should be focused on, but not in a way that obviously puts Stallone on this kind of gravitas.
Yeah.
Probably the wrong word, but still.
I think that, to summarise, Rambo is just... It's an expensive way of filming Stallone wank himself off in front of a mirror and paying him for the honour.
There you go. It's a retirement fund. But he's not going to retire, because he's still got the Expendables and stuff.
Yeah. Anyway.
Oh well, good job Stallone. Well done. You've outdone yourself.
Although I liked Copland.
But you like Copland. And Interviews with Stallone, so...
Yeah.
I still don't know where Darren stands.
I like Copland proved that Stallone can act, which made his entire career even worse because he knows better.
Yeah. Well, that's the painful part, isn't it?
Yeah. Anyway.
Oh well. Read the blog and say hi.
Don't say hi. Just share it with everyone.
There's always that. And join the Facebook and stuff like that. Just join the comments. Anyway, so bye.